Namaste, welcome to Geeta's Kitchen. Happy Navratri to all of you. So let us see how to make the Prasadam for day 1 of Navratri. We are going to make Suji laddu or Rave unde. For making this laddu, we need chiroti rava. Chiroti rava is a very fine semolina. If you don't have that, you can use your regular upma rava or the semolina which we use for making upma or shira, and we can grind it in your blender jar to a fine chiroti rava consistency. We have made it into fine semolina. Semolina, suji, rava, whatever you call it. Here I have 1/4 cup of ghee. First we will take a small portion of the ghee. Keep the flame very low. Now add this rava to it and we'll roast it till you get a good aroma. It will take about 5 or 6 minutes. Do it on a low flame. While roasting the rava, be sure to use a heavy pan, and secondly roast it over a very slow flame because you don't want the rava to get burnt and the color to change. Do it patiently over a low flame till you get a good aroma and the rava is also well roasted. See, I am getting a good aroma. Rava is also well roasted on a low flame. I will transfer this into a bowl. Put the pan back on heat. Add the remaining ghee to it. Here I have about 2 tablespoons of cashew nuts. We will fry the cashew nuts. See, the cashews have roasted to a lovely golden color. Now we'll add it to this roasted rava. Add it along with the ghee. Put the pan back on heat. This is dry coconut powder which is readily available. If you don't have dry coconut powder, you can take dry coconut copra and grate it. I am using the powder today. Half a cup I have taken. Now just roast it in this pan itself for a couple of minutes. So this dry coconut also you roast it on a very low flame only. Add it to the bowl. I have powdered 3 or 4 cardamoms. I am adding that. And generally people use sugar. I am going to use this jaggery powder. We'll add to it. You can add about 3/4 cup of jaggery powder and mix it well. Mix everything well together. Here I have 1/4 cup of previously boiled milk. We'll just make it hot once again and then add it to the other ingredients. See, it has become hot, starting to boil now. Switch it off and add the milk to all these ingredients and mix everything well together. Now it is little warm. Just take out small portions of this and bind it into laddus like this. So you might worry, I have put milk in it, will it spoil soon? Definitely not. It will stay good easily for a week to 10 days. See, our Rave laddus or Rave undes are ready to offer to Devi as Naivedyam. And normally, as I said, we make with sugar, therefore the color will be white. Today we have used jaggery powder, that's why we have this jaggery color for the laddus, a more healthy option. Today, day 2 of Navratri, our Prasadam is Kalkandu Sadam. That is a sweetened rice using Kalkandu, also known as Mishri or candy sugar. For this, I have taken half cup of rice and about 1.5 cups of milk, cooked it in the pressure cooker for 2 whistles. Now this is the Mishri or rock sugar or candy sugar which we are going to use. Apart from this, just a few dry fruits and nuts and some cardamom. So the cooker is done. We have to open it. Meanwhile, I'll powder the cardamom and the mishri and keep it ready. You can even run it in your blender jar so that it dissolves easily. See, the rice is cooked well in the milk. You can just mash it a little with the back of a spoon. To the cooked rice, I am adding this powdered mishri and powdered cardamom also. Mix it well and allow it to come together on a low flame. Meanwhile, here I have heated some ghee. So first we will fry some cashew nuts and raisins and add it to our Kalkandu Sadam. Adding some raisins to fry that also. Now add this fried cashew and raisin to this Kalkandu Sadam and mix it well. So our day 2 prasadam is also ready now. We can serve it out. Finally, for added flavor, I am adding a few strands of saffron dissolved in milk. Our day 2 Naivedyam for Devi, Kalkandu Sadam or sweetened mishri rice is ready. Today Navratri day 3 prasadam, we will make groundnut sundal. For this I have taken 1 cup of these peanuts or groundnuts, soaked it in water for about 3 hours now, and I will pressure cook it for 3 whistles. Just add some salt along with this. Now we'll open the cooker and see. See, it is well cooked. Now we'll drain out the water. Heat a tablespoon of oil in a pan. Add a few mustard seeds, a little bit of urad dal. I am adding a little bit of hing. If you like, you add. It's optional. Some people don't add for prasadam. Green chilies, fresh curry leaves, next add in this drained groundnut. We have already added salt while cooking the groundnut. Now this is a raw mango. I have taken about 2 to 3 tablespoons. If it is available, you can add. It adds a nice taste to it. And finally some fresh grated coconut, 1 or 2 tablespoons. I am just adding a pinch of salt more for this mango and other things. So now we will mix everything well together. Just stir fry it. Just stir it for 1 or 2 minutes and we can switch it off. Our day 3 prasadam Groundnut Sundal is now ready for Naivedyam. Day 3 Naivedyam Groundnut Sundal ready to be offered to Devi. Now we will make our day 4 Naivedyam for Navratri. That is Vadai. For this I have soaked half a cup of urad dal. I have taken today the whole urad, or you can take the split urad also, no problem. Wash it thoroughly and soak it for about 2 hours. Drain the water and grind it into a lovely soft and fluffy batter like this. I have ground it in my wet grounder. If you are doing it in the mixie, just beat the batter well like this till it gets aerated and becomes soft and fluffy. To know that the batter is right, just take a small portion and drop it in water. It should just float like this on top. That is the perfect consistency for Medu Vadai. Add the required quantity of salt. Here I have some finely chopped ginger, green chilies and some curry leaves. We will mix this also. This is hing. It is optional. If you like, you can add. Now mix all the ingredients well together. Now I kept some oil for deep frying. Just dip your hands in water and start making the vadais. I've shown you this many times on my channel. Just take a ball of dough like this, make a hole in the center and drop it into the oil. After a while, flip it over till both the sides are well browned. Cook it till it becomes a lovely reddish brown on both the sides. See, the vadais have fried well to a lovely reddish brown color. Carefully drain it out from the oil. For beginners or those who find it difficult to do with your hands like this or not familiar, you can take any ladle like this and wet it thoroughly. See, like this. Now take a portion of the batter and drop it onto this ladle. Shape the vadai on this, make a round and just invert it into the oil like this. Every time wet it, take a bit of the batter here. Make a hole in the center and invert. This way the advantage is that all your vadais will be of the same shape and size too. Now flip it over when it becomes red and you can make the vadais like this. One more tip, if you are ground in a mixie and you find that your batter is a little bit runny, you have added too much water, don't worry. Just add a tablespoon of rice flour to it and mix it, and then also you can shape the vadais perfectly. Remove them when they are well done. Our day 4 Naivedyam for Devi Ma, which is Medu Vadai, is now ready to be offered. Today is Prasadam for day 5 of Navratri, which falls on a Friday. Fridays is very special for the worship of Devi Ma, and especially in South India we make a special sweet known as Puttu. Generally we offer it on Fridays during Navratri. I'll show you how we're making Puttu. We need processed rice flour. I have soaked 1 cup of raw rice for about 15 minutes now. I'll drain out the water. Spread the drained rice on a clean piece of cloth like this. Just allow it to dry under the fan inside the house only for about 15 minutes. It is about 20 minutes now. The rice has been drying. Just see, only a few grains should stick to your hand. That is the consistency we need. Now we will grind it into a powder in our blender jar, and then we can sieve it and keep it ready. Ground the flour, see, and sieved it. We will remove this. Now we have to steam this flour. For steaming, generally we can use any white cloth. I want to show you something, and this is not a promotion, let me make it very clear. I am only sharing with you something which I bought and I found useful. So if you like, you can also have a look at it. See, I got this from Amazon, this Biko bamboo reusable towels. They are washable paper towels and you can reuse them up to 100 times. They are washable. They are made from organic bamboo. So the thing is, when we use kitchen towels, paper napkins, we just do one wipe and we throw it away, which is really not good for the environment, using so much of paper. We are cutting down trees. So here these are reusable and we have very clean ones. It comes in a roll like this. So I will show you now. See, I will just take out the required quantity. Tear out how much you need. So I am taking a 2-sheet one. Now I feel just one also is enough because I am using a small steamer plate. Now we can use it as a paper napkin. Also, if you want to use it like a towel, see, just take it and dip it in water. Just plain water only, nothing else. and see, it becomes like a nice cloth, and you are using a fresh new one every time. So we'll measure out 1 cup of this processed rice flour. If you get ready-made processed rice flour, you can use that also. But generally when we make for Naivedyam, we use the one which we make freshly prepared at home. Take this in a bowl. Now take this measured rice flour, 1 cup I have taken, and we'll dry roast it very well. There are 2 methods of making puttu. In one way, we dry roast the rice till it becomes a nice brownish color and then grind it into a flour. Here we are making the flour first and then dry roasting it. Both the ways are fine. Whichever is suitable you can do. Keep on stirring it continuously like this and dry roast the flour till it slightly changes color. You can see the steam coming from the flour, I hope. This is enough. Now take it back into this bowl. Here I have taken some water with a pinch of turmeric powder added. Just slightly warm water. It should need not be very hot. As I was talking to you, it became very hot. So we need only slightly warm water. And then we add this little by little to this flour. Just wait till the flour cools a little bit and you are able to handle it. Now add this water little at a time and mix it so that it becomes like a crumble. It should be sandy in texture. Don't add too much. See, we have taken 1 cup of this rice flour. We'll just require about half a cup of water, not more than that. Add little by little. That is, it should feel moist to the touch. See, it should be a crumbly or grainy texture. That is, when you take it like this, it should hold well. And if you split it, it should fall well. That's it. So don't add too much water. Just add a little bit at a time. And this is ready for steaming now. I kept some water for heating in the steamer. Our steamer plate with the cloth is also ready. Now place this prepared flour in this cloth. Of course, if you don't have this, you can use any clean white cotton cloth that you have. I'm just showing this to you. And make it like a bundle. I'm just placing this to get the height. We'll steam it for about 6 to 7 minutes. Now it's about 6 minutes now. Let's open it and see. Just allow it to cool a little bit. When it cools, we can crumble it again. This has cooled completely and we have crumbled it nicely with our fingers. This cloth which we use for steaming, we can again wash, dry it and reuse it. If you want to use as a dry napkin, you can just use it to wipe any surface as you will do with any paper napkin. Next, we will heat some ghee in a pan. Add 1 or 2 tablespoons of cashew nuts and fry them. As you know, this is a very traditional recipe, so the process might seem a bit lengthy, but here also I am going to show you an easy shortcut method. Generally we take jaggery, make it a syrup, to the hard ball stage and then add this. Today instead I am using this jaggery powder. I will give you the link in the description box. So this jaggery powder has got no impurities, it is very clean. When we make jaggery syrup, we filter it to remove impurities. Here we can use it directly as it is. When the cashews are well fried, add in this crumbled puttu. And next we'll add in this jaggery powder and we'll mix everything well together. Keep the flame very low, keep it on sim and mix it like this. There's no compromise on taste and you get a very similar result like you would with making the jaggery syrup. I have taken 1 cup of this processed rice flour, so I have used half a cup of this jaggery powder. Added it to this and I switched off the flame and mix everything well together like this, so that it remains in a soft and crumbly texture. And also add some fresh grated coconut and cardamom powder to this. Go on mixing it for some time till it becomes nice and dry. Our day 5 prasadam for Devi Ma Navratri Friday special prasadam rice jaggery puttu is ready for Nevedyam. Day 6 prasadam for Devi Ma for Navratri we are going to make lemon rice. For this I have already cooked 1 cup of rice in the pressure cooker. We'll take out this rice in a bowl and spread it out. Don't add too much water for the rice. This is Sona Masuri. I have just used water in the proportion of 1:2. 1 cup rice, 2 cups water. And spread it out so that the grains are separate. Add a little bit of til oil on this. Til oil, groundnut oil, whatever regular cooking oil that you use, you can add and keep this aside. Next, heat about a tablespoon of oil in a pan. Add some mustard seeds, urad dal, chana dal, groundnuts, chopped green chilies, curry leaves, a little bit of ghee. Just fry till all the nuts are well done, nuts and dal. Now switch it off and to this add some turmeric powder. Now we'll add some salt to the rice. This is roasted and powdered methi, that is fenugreek seeds I have roasted and powdered. Add a little bit, it adds a very good flavor to your lemon rice. I have not added fresh ginger, instead I am adding this ginger powder, that also adds to the flavor. You can add any one, either fresh ginger pieces or ginger powder. See, this way people who don't like pieces of ginger coming in their mouth, they can enjoy the flavor of it. Now pour this tempering onto the rice and mix everything well with a light hand. This is juice of 1 large lemon which I squeezed and kept ready. So mix the lemon juice also well with the rice and finally top it with some fresh coriander leaves. So our perfectly done lemon rice is now ready to be offered as Nevedyam to Devi Ma. Lemon rice ready for Nevedyam for day 6 of Navratri to be offered to Devi Ma. Day 7 Navratri Prasadam we will make Aval Payasam. Aval is nothing but Poha in Hindi or rice flakes and we are going to use the red rice. I have taken 1 cup of this red Poha. First we will just dry grind it into a coarse Suji kind of consistency. Don't make it fine, just Pulse it once or twice to get this consistency. We'll now wash this. To wash, just add some water to it. Now leave it aside just for a minute. The thick poha will settle down. Then you can drain out the water through a strainer like this. Otherwise, if you wash it under running water, you will lose most of the poha. Heat some ghee in a pan. Fry some cashews and raisins in the ghee. When the cashew and raisins are well fried, add in this washed poha to it, washed and ground poha. Over a low flame, just stir it well. Next, I am adding some milk to it. This is previously boiled milk. And allow this poha to cook in the milk. This will be done very fast. Add another half cup of milk. Totally 1.5 cups of milk for 1 cup of poha. Next, you can add in jaggery powder to taste. If you don't have jaggery powder, you can use sugar also. And cook it just for a few minutes more till the jaggery, the milk, poha are all well cooked together. I have peeled a few cardamoms and powdered and kept ready. I have used about 4 tablespoons of jaggery powder. Cook it over a low flame till it just starts boiling and we can switch it off. See, it is beginning to boil now. It has also thickened nicely. Now I'll switch it off and we'll add this cardamom powder to it. So our red poha payasam or Aval Payasam is ready to be offered as Nevedyam to Devi Ma for day 7 of Navratri. For day 8, also known as Durga Ashtami, day 8 of Navratri, we will make this brown Channa Sundal. See, I have taken this brown Channa, the small one, soaked it overnight, then washed it, rinsed it, again added fresh water, and now we will pressure cook it for 2 whistles. I am adding some salt now. Let's check the sundal. See, it is well cooked. Drain out the water. Heat a spoon of oil in a pan. Add some mustard seeds, urad dal, a little bit of hing, 1 dry red chili, 1 green chili, and a few curry leaves. Add in this boiled chana and stir fry everything well together. Finally, add about 1 or 2 tablespoons of fresh grated coconut and mix all together once again. That's it. Your Sundal for day 8 Navratri Prasadam is ready. Navratri day 8 brown Channa Sundal ready for Nevedyam for Devi Ma. Today the final day of Navratri, day 9, which we also celebrate as Saraswati Puja, and we make the most important and ever popular Prasadam, Sakkara Pongal. She is also known as Gudana Pritamanasa, The one who likes good and annam, that is jaggery and rice mix. So that is what we are offering to her today as Naivedyam. So take about 2 tablespoons of moong dal and dry roast it in a pan. Dry roast it till it changes color slightly. Here I have washed 1 cup of regular Sona Masuri raw rice. I am adding the roasted dal also to it. I have taken about 2.5 cups of water. You can take 2.5 to 3 cups depending on the quality of your rice. Bring it to a boil. When the water begins to boil, add the washed rice and dal to it. We will now pressure cook this for 3 whistles. While we are waiting for the rice to cook, we can make the jaggery syrup. For 1 cup of rice, I have taken 2 cups of jaggery. First, add a little bit of water and allow the jaggery to melt. The jaggery has dissolved well. Now we will filter it. Now put the syrup back into the pan, the filtered jaggery syrup, and heat the syrup till it becomes a little thick. Our pressure cooker is also done now. Let's open it and check it. See, the rice and dal are well cooked. Just mash it well with a masher or the back of a spoon, whatever you have. Add some ghee while mashing. See, the jaggery syrup is boiling well and it has thickened a bit also. At this stage, we will take it and add it to this cooked and mashed rice and dal. Again mix all the ingredients well together and over a low flame allow it to cook just for a few minutes more. Now in a pan, take some ghee. Be a little generous with your ghee. Say about 4 tablespoons of ghee. We will fry the cashew nut, raisins. And here I have some dry coconut. See, this copra which I have cut into bits and kept like this. We will fry all these and add it to our Sakkara Pongal. It will give it an awesome taste, and the copra to the bite when it is fried in ghee tastes very good. All the cashews, raisins, coconut are all well fried in the ghee. Add it along with the ghee to the Sakkara Pongal. Then for flavor, I have powdered some cardamoms here. We will add the cardamom powder and mix it well. And to give it that very special divine taste which you get in the temple Sakkara Pongal, I am going to add this Pacha Karpuram. Pacha Karpuram is edible camphor. Just a small pinch of it, that's all you add. That's it. And mix everything again well together. So a very, very divine, flavorful temple style Sakkara Pongal ready for Naivedyam to Devi Ma on day 9 of Navratri. Finally, a tablespoon of this melted ghee on top. So our divine Naivedyam for day 9 as an offering to Devi Ma, Sakkara Pongal is ready. Navratri is celebrated all over India, be it the Durga Puja of Bengal, the Garba of Gujarat, or the Golu, Bomma Golu of Tamil Nadu. In every state we celebrate this festival for the Divine Mother. Now, the way I have shown the recipes are all the typical South Indian recipes, and there might be variations depending on the place you come from. Certain people may not use hing, that is asafoetida. Some may not use green chilies or red chilies, or some may not even use rice in their prasad. This depends on the cultural and regional differences. So please do according to your family custom, and what is most important is offering whatever little bit we prepare with deep devotion in our hearts, and let us all pray that Devi Ma blesses all of us with good health and happiness. Thank you for watching the video. Please subscribe to Geeta's Kitchen, and we'll meet again with another interesting video from Geeta's Kitchen. Happy Navratri. Thank you.